Take a moment and imagine a universe with no eyes, no ears, no nervous systems, no consciousness anywhere. No one sees the stars. No one hears the explosion of a supernova. No one feels the cold between galaxies. Would red still exist? Would sound still exist? Would beauty exist? This question sounds philosophical, but modern neuroscience suggests it is also profoundly scientific. Everything you experience right now, the brightness of your screen, the sound of your breathing, the feeling of your body sitting in space, is not the world itself. It is a model constructed by your brain. Light enters your eyes as electromagnetic waves. Those waves have no intrinsic color. The retina converts them into electrical signals. The visual cortex compares patterns, predicts edges, fills gaps, and generates the experience we call blue, red, or golden sunlight. The physicist Erwin Schrödinger once noted that color exists only in the observer, not in the external world. The same is true for sound. Outside your awareness, there are only pressure fluctuations in air. The sensation of a violin, a human voice, or thunder emerges only when a nervous system transforms those fluctuations into conscious experience. Neuroscience has pushed this idea even further. Researchers studying predictive processing propose that the brain is not passively receiving reality. Instead, it is constantly predicting what is out there and updating those predictions using incoming sensory data. In this view, perception is less like a camera and more like a controlled hallucination constrained by evidence. Consider the famous blind spot in your vision. Each eye contains a region where the optic nerve exits the retina, leaving an area with no photoreceptors at all. You are effectively missing part of the visual world right now. Yet you never notice a black hole floating in front of you, because the brain silently invents the missing information. What you experience is not raw reality, it is the brain's best guess. Experiments with visual illusions reveal the same unsettling truth. Two identical lines can appear different lengths. A stationary image can seem to move. Under certain conditions, people can even perceive objects that are not physically present. If perception can be systematically manipulated, then the question becomes unavoidable. What is the world before the brain interprets it? Physics gives a strange answer. At the fundamental level, matter is not composed of tiny, solid billiard balls. Quantum field theory describes reality in terms of fields, probabilities, interactions, and mathematical relationships. The table in front of you feels solid, but most of its volume is empty space, structured by electromagnetic forces. Your experience of solidity is a useful biological interpretation, not necessarily the ultimate nature of matter. Some philosophers call this distinction the map and the territory. Evolution did not shape your senses to reveal objective truth. It shaped them to enhance survival. Donald Hoffman has argued that organisms that perceive reality accurately may actually be outcompeted by organisms that perceive only fitness-relevant simplifications. In other words, natural selection may favor useful illusions over truth. Imagine a computer desktop. The blue folder icon is not the actual arrangement of electrons inside the machine. It is a simplified interface that allows you to interact with something vastly more complex. Your entire sensory world may function in a similar way, but this creates a deeper philosophical problem. If all experience is mediated by perception, then you can never step outside perception to compare it with reality itself. Every scientific instrument, every equation, every observation ultimately appears within consciousness. Even the claim that an external world exists is itself a conscious thought occurring in awareness. This is where philosophy becomes unsettling. The philosopher Immanuel Kant argued that we never know the thing in itself, only the world as it appears through the structures of our minds. Space, time, causality, and objects may be features of human cognition, not necessarily features of ultimate reality. And then comes the most disturbing possibility. What if, before perception, there is not a world of colors, sounds, and objects waiting to be experienced? What if there are only relations, information, or mathematical structures, and consciousness is the process that transforms those structures into a lived world? Think about your dreams. While dreaming, an entire reality appears: landscapes, people, emotions, even the passage of time. During the dream, it feels external and real. Only upon waking do you realize that the world was generated within consciousness itself. The unsettling question is not whether dreams are constructed, it is whether waking reality is also a construction, anchored to an external source but never revealing that source directly.